Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind whipping around you, the horizon stretching endlessly before your eyes. And below, the ocean roars with a force you cannot control. Most people feel a shiver of fear at the thought of what lies ahead, of the unknown of the future. Yet monks, these serene seekers of truth, walk through life as if the cliff does not frighten them, as if the future is not a storm waiting to strike. They carry a calm certainty that most of us cannot fathom. Have you ever wondered why they do not fear the future? Have you ever felt the grip of worry tighten around your chest? When thinking about tomorrow, about decisions yet to be made, about life's uncontrollable twists and turns? Today, we will explore the secret that monks know, a secret you can use to stop fearing the future, and start living with clarity, courage, and peace. The answer is both astonishingly simple and profoundly transformative. It is not found in predicting what will happen, nor in trying to control outcomes. The answer lies in a shift of perception, a reorientation of the mind. That turns fear into freedom, anxiety into insight, and the unknown into an ally. Most of us live in a constant tug-of-war with time. We are prisoners of what has already happened, and what might yet come to pass. Our minds replay past mistakes like a broken record, and project future catastrophes with the precision of an overzealous artist painting shadows on a wall. But monks, through centuries of practice, have learned to step out of this endless mental loop. They have discovered that the future by itself holds no power. It is not a storm to be feared, but a mirror reflecting the choices of the present moment. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones, each one labeled with a fear of the unknown. Now imagine taking that backpack off and placing it gently on the ground. That is what monks do. They do not walk burdened by the weight of what might happen, because they know that the present moment is all that exists. The future is a landscape that only unfolds when it arrives. And resisting its arrival, worrying about it, does not make you stronger. It only makes you tired. The first secret lies in the understanding that the mind creates fear, not reality. Picture a young monk sitting under an ancient tree, leaves whispering secrets in the wind. He watches as clouds drift across the sky, each one forming shapes that remind him of his worries. A storm seems imminent, yet he does not panic. Why? Because he knows the storm exists only in his mind. Just as clouds form and dissolve, so too do thoughts of fear appear and vanish. By observing without attachment, by witnessing fear rather than identifying with it, he remains unshaken. This is the first step you can take. Learn to watch your fear rather than fight it. When anxiety about the future arises, acknowledge it as a cloud passing through your mental sky. Notice its shape, feel its presence, and then let it dissolve. This simple practice, deceptively easy, begins to free you from the chains of anticipated suffering. But monks do more than simply observe. They transform their relationship with time. While most of us are trapped in a linear progression of past, present, and future, monks inhabit a circular, flowing understanding of existence. Time is not a relentless march of threats. It is a river, and the present moment is the point where you can paddle your boat. If you clutch the future with desperation, your boat tips. If you anchor yourself in the now, you navigate the waters with grace. Consider this: worry about the future is like trying to row upstream against a current that does not exist yet. All the energy is spent on a phantom battle. Monks, through meditation, reflection, and disciplined practice, learn to rest in the river's flow, to trust the process of life itself, and to understand that what must happen will happen. But your response to it is entirely within your control. Now let us talk about detachment, not in the cold, uncaring sense, but as an empowered liberation from fear. Monks cultivate what is known as active detachment. They engage fully with life, yet they do not cling to outcomes. Imagine a painter standing before a blank canvas. He does not fear making the wrong stroke, because he understands that each stroke, whether perfect or flawed, is part of a living creation. Similarly, monks approach life with a deep engagement, a wholehearted participation, without fear of failure, loss, or disappointment. They understand that attachment to how things should be breeds suffering, and that liberation from this attachment opens the door to fearless action. You too can begin to practice active detachment. Commit to your goals, nurture your dreams, and take bold steps, but release the illusion that the future must unfold according to your script. Life will be unpredictable, and that is not a weakness. That is the canvas of infinite possibility. Another secret lies in the art of anticipation without anxiety. Monks think ahead, they plan, they prepare. Yet they do so with a calm mind. They acknowledge uncertainty without letting it dictate their emotional state. Imagine a master archer in a quiet forest. He knows the wind may shift, the target may move. Yet he draws his bow with full focus. His awareness of potential change does not paralyze him. It sharpens his presence. Similarly, by cultivating a mindset that considers future possibilities without succumbing to panic, you can act decisively and creatively, even amidst uncertainty. Fear is born not from danger itself, but from imagining danger without the tools or clarity to respond. The monk's mind is trained to hold space for both the unknown and the known, and in that balance, fear loses its grip. Let us consider another powerful tool: gratitude for the present. Monks often begin their day by acknowledging what exists right now, not what is missing or what is feared. Picture a morning sun spilling gold across temple walls, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of blossoms, the faint hum of a bell calling attention to the beauty of existence. In these moments, monks do not dwell on what may go wrong tomorrow. They immerse themselves fully in the reality they inhabit. Gratitude grounds them, and grounding is the antidote to fear. When you cultivate awareness of what is already here, your mind cannot be entirely consumed by what is not yet arrived. Fear feeds on absence. Gratitude feeds on presence. Begin your day with a pause, a breath, a recognition of what is, and watch as the anxiety about what might be begins to shrink. Perhaps the most profound lesson is the understanding of impermanence. Monks live with the awareness that everything is transient. Thoughts, feelings, experiences, even life itself. This is not morbid but liberating. The future, no matter how intimidating, is not a permanent sentence. All moments, including moments of fear, pass. By internalizing impermanence, monks cultivate courage. Fear is no longer a looming wall. It is a wave, and waves rise and fall. You can ride them, you can feel them, and eventually they dissipate. When you internalize this truth, you stop fearing the future because you understand that whatever comes, it will come and go, and you will remain intact and resilient, navigating the currents of life with equanimity. Now, imagine combining all these insights into a single practice. Begin by observing your fear, acknowledging it as a transient thought. Anchor yourself in the present moment, engaging fully without clinging to outcomes. Consider the future without anxiety, planning with clarity and acceptance. Cultivate gratitude for what is, and embrace the impermanent nature of all things. This is not a quick fix, it is a lifelong discipline. Yet each moment you practice, you grow stronger, more centered, and more fearless. You begin to embody the same calm certainty that monks radiate, the same confidence that comes not from knowing the future, but from mastering your response to it. Think about this. The future only has power over you if you surrender your attention to it. Worrying about tomorrow is like lending your energy to a storm that does not exist yet. You are giving away the most precious resource, the present moment. Monks do not fear the future because they do not hand over their power. They live fully in the now, preparing, learning, growing, yet never allowing uncertainty to become a prison. And here's your twist. The secret is not mystical, not hidden in some distant monastery on a mountain. It is accessible to you today, in this moment, with your next breath. The tools are simple: observation, presence, detachment, anticipation, gratitude, impermanence. The transformation is profound. Now let us visualize a metaphor. Picture a traveler walking through a dense fog. The path ahead is obscured, every step uncertain. Most travelers freeze, paralyzed by the unknown. But the monk walks forward, each step deliberate, each breath aware. The fog does not frighten him. It simply is. He trusts his steps, trusts the ground beneath, trusts his capacity to adapt. This is the essence of living without fear of the future. Trusting yourself more than the imagined threats ahead. You may not see the entire path, but you can walk it with courage, awareness, and grace. Every step becomes an affirmation of your ability to navigate uncertainty. Let us pause and reflect. What would your life feel like if you stopped fearing what is yet to come? How would your decisions change if the future no longer held you hostage? Fear clouds judgment, drains energy, and steals joy. By adopting the monk's approach, you reclaim clarity, focus, and freedom. The mind is no longer a battlefield of imagined threats. It becomes a canvas for intentional action and creative possibility. Perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of this wisdom is its subtlety. You do not need to announce your fearlessness to the world. It is a quiet strength, a silent radiance. People may notice a calm confidence in your demeanor, a steady presence even amidst chaos. You carry a lightness of being that comes from knowing that life, no matter how uncertain, can be faced with courage and serenity. Fear does not vanish overnight, but with consistent practice, it loses its authority. You begin to see the future not as a threat, but as a horizon waiting to be explored. Monks often say that the future is a story that has not yet been written, and fear is the ink that smudges it before it even begins. By releasing fear, you allow the story to unfold naturally, beautifully, unpredictably, with all its challenges and triumphs. You become the author of your life not through control, but through awareness, intentionality, and fearless presence. So, how can you start today? Begin with a breath. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the world around you. Notice your thoughts about tomorrow. Observe them, do not judge them, and let them pass. Anchor yourself in what you can do right now, in this moment. Release attachment to specific outcomes, embrace gratitude for what exists, and remind yourself that everything, including fear, is impermanent. Practice this daily and you will begin to notice subtle shifts. Moments of anxiety will come and go without gripping you. Decisions will feel clearer, and life will appear less like a battlefield and more like a journey, unfolding step by step. The monk's secret is not a philosophy confined to temples or meditation halls. It is a living practice, a mindset, a conscious choice to stop letting fear dictate your actions. Imagine walking through life with this freedom, unshaken by the unknown, open to opportunities, resilient in the face of challenges, fully present, fully alive. That is the gift waiting for you when you embrace the wisdom of those who do not fear the future. In conclusion, the future holds no power over those who have mastered the present. Monks teach us that fear is a product of imagination, attachment, and resistance. By observing our thoughts, embracing the present, detaching from rigid outcomes, planning without panic, practicing gratitude, and internalizing impermanence, we step into a life of clarity and courage. Your next step is simple yet profound. Pause, breathe, observe, and choose presence. Let go of the stories you tell yourself about what might go wrong, and instead, become the observer and participant of a life that unfolds moment by moment, fearlessly, fully, beautifully. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to take one more step. Write a comment below sharing how you currently relate to the future, what fears you carry, and what would change if you let them go. Like this video if it inspired you to pause and reflect. And subscribe to Echoes of Greatness to continue exploring the wisdom of those who have mastered the art of fearless living. Your journey to a life unshaken by the future begins now, and every moment you choose presence, you are already walking the path of the fearless.